You're watching the KGP Pregame Show, live from the KGP Studios in downtown Cambridge, Ohio. Your source for the latest local sports highlights, interviews, and information. Brought to you by And now, let's go live to the guys in the studio.
Welcome to the KGP Studios here in beautiful downtown Cambridge, Ohio for tonight's last edition of the 2020 KGP Pregame Show Football Edition. I'm merely Tom Strasser, Caleb Graham working behind the scenes, and I'm honored to be joined once again by my partner in crime, but most of all, he's my teammate, D-Train, Darren McCullough. And Darren, it's now time for our KGP award show. And when we look back at this 2020 season with COVID, the pandemic, everything going on, it'll be one we'll never forget.
One word to describe it's thankful. With Thanksgiving coming up next week, how can you not be thankful and blessed that we were able to get through fall sports, and hopefully we're able to get through winter sports and spring sports as well. I mean, it's great for communities. It's great for the kids, having them being able to compete. I mean, that's what high school's about, is sports and having the friendships with kids. And it's great that they were able to display their talents on the field. Yeah,
we were definitely blessed and honored to be able to live stream games with the limitation of people that could go to games. And D-Train, all year, you know, we've given out the John Valentine Insurance Agency Defensive Player of the Week, and we want to thank John Valentine once again for sponsoring that. And then we also gave the Buffalo Wild Wings KGP Player of the Week. And that's where we're going to look, because it's now time to announce our winner of the 2020 KGP Buffalo Wild Wings Player of the Year. And I tell you, when we went through everybody, we limited it down to 5 nominees, and 5 people definitely worthy of this honor.
And of course, everybody's been looking at this bad boy all season, seeing that nice KGP championship belt. I mean, and you, like you said, you could talk all 3 schools. Buckeye Trail, I mean, Connor Prescott, what he did at the end of the year for the Warriors, he was a one-man wrecking crew with over 500 yards rushing those last 2 games, over 80 carries. I mean, he was just a workman-like attitude, and he basically pretty much put the offense on his back and was trying to lead them to victory.
Yeah, and with all the injuries that the Warriors accumulated during the season, Coach Kearns really had to revamp his offense. You go from Franco Rome being one of the top players in the area in this part of the state. He goes down early with an ankle injury, and then other players, they were down to their 5th running back by week 7 of the football season. And Connor Pushkarich did a great job his first year as a varsity quarterback, and we want to congratulate Connor for being one of the top 5 nominees for the Buffalo Wild Wings KGP Player of the Year. And then you look at Cambridge, we had 2 worthy ones as well.
Cambridge, how many times did we brag up Cody Moore? You just saw the maturation of that young man as a sophomore, making his first career start against Indian Creek, picking up a victory. First playoff win since 2006 when they beat Lyndon McKinley. So he definitely, and as Coach Leake's been on here, said, we get him for 2 more years. So just imagine how much better he's going to be as a junior, senior. Just, you could see how quick his decision-making, how precise he was with his passes. You could see the growth in him, and I'm sure that's exciting for Coach Leake and his staff, and also the two-way standout Justin Bartlett. Talk about a kid who was a force on the defensive end, and this year he was a little bit involved in the offense last year, but he really blossomed offensively. They could throw it up to him, and he was going to come down with it.
Yeah, you look at Cody Moore learning a new offense and really went into their one scrimmage. No one had won the quarterback job, and he really stepped up and did an amazing job running the offense for Cambridge. And like you said, Justin Bartlett, when you look at someone on both sides of the football, there's not many better all-around football players than Justin Bartlett.
Yeah, he made some big plays defensively, and he was an anchor for that defense when they needed a big play. He was one of them, or one of their linebackers making a big play for him.
And then you look at Meadowbrook and their amazing season, going undefeated, MVL champions, and the run they had in the playoffs, just unbelievable. And two nominees there, Jerome Todd and Davis Singleton. And Jerome Todd, in fact, he was our first winner in week one of our Buffalo Wild Wings KGP Player of the Week.
Yeah, and the first thing you got to say is they put themselves in the record book on the 196-yard touchdown pass. I think, was that against, I can't think who it was against. But they had a 96-yard touchdown pass. Davis was, I coined a new term at one of the games. You have the triple-double in basketball. Well, we gave him the double-triple because it seemed like he was getting 100 yards rushing and 100 yards passing at least every game. I mean, he was a dual threat. Jerome was offensively and defensively a threat. There was numerous passes that he read and jumped on defense that turned the tide in Meadowbrook's favor, especially you look at the playoff against St. Clairsville. He had a big interception against them that got the Colts off to a great start. And with Davis, I mean, it worked all year, whether it was passing the ball, running the football, both of them with outstanding senior seasons.
Yeah, and it's now time, there's our 5 nominees: Connor Pushcarriage for Buckeye Trail, Justin Bartlett and Cody Moore from Cambridge, and Davis Singleton and Jerome Todd from Meadowbrook. But drum roll, please.
Our winner. You're going to announce it?
No, okay. I'm just giving the build-up.
Okay, the build-up, I like it.
Yeah, there you go.
Our winner is going to go to, and he is in the house with us tonight, senior quarterback from the Meadowbrook Colts, Davis Singleton. So congratulations, Davis. You'll be the first recipient of the KGP belt. And just kind of talk about the season and how it went. You guys, obviously a tough loss to St. Clairsville, but going 8-1 on the year, you guys really kind of set the bar higher. Like when you were a freshman, when Coach Twitty was there, obviously that bar was going up, and you, as a sophomore, you guys won some playoff games, and then now as a senior, you guys were Division V your sophomore year. Now you're Division IV this year and made it just as far. So you really have set the bar and really made things, put Meadowbrook on the map, so to say, in football. So just kind of talk about how important that was for you.
That's what we kind of been trying to build on all for Meadowbrook, and just keeps getting better and better, and people start talking about us more often. And
well, I tell you, Davis, I want to ask you, just emotionally, the wear and tear on you as a senior, because we go back to March. I was getting ready to head to the Convo to watch you play in the regionals in basketball, and then all of a sudden the season was shut down, and then the rest of the school shut down. Then no baseball, anything like that, no track, and then you get to the football season. There's a lot of blessings we take for granted. We just assume you're going to have a game every Friday night. 2 weeks before the season started, we still didn't know if there was going to be football for sure. So as a senior, and what happened to you at the end of last year's basketball season, how was it going, just knowing literally day by day everything could be shut down and you lose this season that magically you had?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like you guys said, we're very thankful that we got to have a season. Well, I didn't even think we were going to have a season, and we just took it day at a time and really grinded out. A bunch of the younger kids stepped up, and even the coaching staff, we all took it day by day. And
just talk about what were some of the most memorable points, even back to even conditioning in March when you kind of were in limbo, even what was going through your head, and towards all of a sudden July, now maybe we're going to have a season, we're practicing a little bit, then August, all of a sudden we're having some inter-squad scrimmages, and then finally, okay, we got a scrimmage. Okay, now we're playing a 6-game season. Just talk about the whole thought process that was going through your head during this whole time of what everything's going down so far.
One game at a time. I mean, we could have got shut down any week. We did all of our precautions and took it the best we could.
And Davis, I want to tell you, I had the privilege of watching a lot of outstanding quarterbacks during this 2020 season. I'll go on record and say, using a basketball analogy, I think you were, without a doubt, the best point guard on the football field that I've seen this year. Because if you needed to create for yourself, you were able to get that. If you needed to run for 300 yards, you did that. But your ability to distribute the football where it needed to be, and it seemed like it was always sometimes 2 or 3 different receivers every week. Wherever the ball needed to go to, you got it there. And I thought that was absolutely amazing. And my question is, when, with your total control of this offense, when did you wake up and go, hey, I can do this in my sleep? Because you had total control. Was it before the season, or was it a game during the year where you just thought, I'm in total control of this offense?
Yeah, we practiced it a lot in the off season with the RPO. I mean, it makes it pretty easy when you got guys like Jonah, Jerome, Hunter, Brady, Eric. You got all those guys around you, so it really makes it easy.
Okay, so the NFL quarterbacks, they take care of their offensive linemen after a big season. Obviously, you have to credit that offensive line too as well. So like most of them buy nice watches for their linemen and stuff. So is there any truth to the rumor that you're going to buy like maybe a Snickers bar for AJ, Rhett, Javi, Hayden, and Marshall? Because those 5 did a great job and really gave you the time to find that open man, or gave you that lane where you could sprint through.
Maybe I'll get some of these beat-ups cards and get some beat-ups.
Yeah, definitely take care of the offensive line. That's for sure. Davis, now put you on the spot, for a couple of things. One player on the football team that, going back to the first few weeks of practice, you thought, they're working, but we're really not going to have to depend on them that much. Not in your mind. Then you get to the playoffs. Is there one teammate that you look and think, wow, where did he come from? We really needed him.
I mean, there's a few guys. Jonah, and then also even Brady at the end of the year. He's really stepped up and made a bunch of big plays.
Can I have an opinion on this?
Yes.
I got to say the freshman kicker.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he did a great job on some of those onside kicks for you guys. Got great bounces off of him, and I mean, that's a momentum changer for you guys. Like the Morgan game, you guys score opening touchdown, onside kick, get it right back, and you're at 14-0 before they even see the field offensively. So, I mean, I think he was a big momentum changer, and you don't see freshmen making an impact, and you don't think that's kind of silly saying it's a kicker, but he definitely changed some things for you guys.
And Davis, remember, kickers are people too, okay? So, remember that. Davis, I want to ask you, what's the most memorable play of the season for you personally?
I'd say 2 plays. The first 2 plays against Crooksville, one to Jonah and then one to Jerome.
That was the 96-yarder.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it. As soon as it said Crooksville, I knew that's what it was then. So, obviously, I've seen you play since 3rd grade with Thomas and Eric both playing with you. Just looking back, he signified just this year, but just talk about the moments as you guys as a whole, just looking back from 3rd grade all the way to now, that whole 9 years. Just talk about some of the special moments that you guys had as a group, that senior class.
I mean, we've all been playing for a long time, and when Twitty came in, we all and we started winning those playoffs games. We really thought we had a chance, and we kept working hard, and then our time came and we made the most of it.
And Davis, can you talk about the coaching staff with second year with Coach Clendening at the helm, and just how they evolved you as a player in person as well as the team?
I mean, it's a whole new coaching staff except Coach Clendening. I think everybody has their own role. You got guys that are, coaches that are with conditioning, Coach Jarrett with the offense, Coach Clendening with the special teams. They all do their own thing, and you can really communicate to them and talk to them, and it really brings out the best of you.
And Davis, I know it was a magical season, but two questions. One, who was the best defensive player that when you looked across the line of scrimmage that kind of sticks out that you may have played against all year? And then the second question, the only downer really to the season was no Guernsey County Super Bowl, which was a good reason because you were still playing in the playoffs. How much did you miss not playing Cambridge? And who was the best defensive player you thought you were on the field with this year?
On our team?
Oh, no, on opposing team.
Probably St. Clairsville. They came out the second half and they were unbelievable. And then Cambridge, I really didn't care about playing them. All I really cared about was playing a few playoff games and trying to get to a state championship.
Yeah, and you have basketball still on the horizon as well. So, Davis, we want to congratulate you on being our 2020 Buffalo Wild Wings KGP Player of the Year. And we can't wait to get a photo shoot with you wearing the belt, as Caleb's going to bring it over to you. So you got to stand up. Or he can sit there. Or you can sit there and hold it right there. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that looks beautiful. So right there. So we'll let the paparazzi here at KGP snap some pictures. But congratulations on the outstanding season you had individually and the team. Just a lot of great memories that Meadowbrook fans will cherish forever.
Thank you.